Alright, so we're still talking about right triangles. This is going to be section 8-2, and it's going to be all about the Pythagorean Theorem. Now, you've done the Pythagorean Theorem before, so hopefully this won't be too difficult. It'll be kind of a refresher. So we're going to start out with a nice right triangle. In our right triangle, we have to label our right angle. And then we're going to go around and label the angles. Now, what you usually see is that the two acute angles will be labeled angle A and B, and then the angle where the 90-degree angle is, the right angle, will be angle C. That's not always true, but that's just typically how they're labeled, and you'll see why here in a second. We'll go around and label the sides. And if you don't know, the way that you label the sides of a triangle is with a lowercase letter that corresponds to the angle it's across from. So across from angle A would be side A. Across from angle B would be side B, and across from angle C would be side B. And you guys know the Pythagorean theorem says that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, so we're going to jump right into a couple of examples. This is kind of a review for you. So here's our first example. Again, we're going to draw our weird right triangles that don't look like what we're used to, just to make y'all work a little bit. All right, so this will be 6 and 8, and we want to find out what is x. Well, the most important thing with any right triangle is to identify the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is 8. So when we start out with our a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we know that the c is 8. The a and the b do not matter. You can pick either letter, either number, doesn't matter. So we'll say that a is 6. So 6 squared plus x squared equals 8 squared. And then we just solve this like any regular algebra equation. Subtract 36 from both sides, and we get that x squared equals 28. Now with your newfound rationalizing and radical simplifying skills, we know that 28 is 4 times 7, 4 is 2 times 2, so we're going to have that x is equal to 2 times the square root of 7. Okay, so for this unit, for this chapter, we want to leave all our answers like this. The calculator is not going to be your friend on this test. Decimal answers are not going to count. The only thing that counts is simplified radicals. All right, another quick example. This will be a little more difficult. All right, a right triangle. We're going to have that this side is 5, this side is x, and this side will be x minus 1. Remember, first things first, find the hypotenuse. Now we're going to solve a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we're going to say 5 squared plus x minus 1 squared equals x squared. This parentheses is very important. So 25 plus, now x minus 1 squared, y'all keep doing this. It's not this. That's not correct. X minus 1 squared is x minus 1 times x minus 1. And that equals x squared. So to solve this, we have to FOIL it. So we have to do x times x is x squared. So we have 25 plus x squared. Outside, minus 1x. Inside, minus 1x. And last, so we've just done our FOIL. Negative 1 times negative 1 is plus 1 equals x squared. Now we go through and combine like terms. So I have a 25, I have a minus 1x, a minus 1x, and have a plus 1. So I can combine those things together. So now I have x squared minus 2x plus 26 equals x squared. And normally this would lead me into a factoring situation, but since I have an x squared and an x squared on each side, when I subtract x squared from both sides, it's going to magically just get rid of it for me. So negative 2x plus 26 equals 0. And now I'm going to solve this little two-step equation, just like I'm back in Algebra 1 on the second day of school. So 2x equals negative 26 divided by negative 2. And I'm going to get that x equals 13. So one more quick little refresher. This is something we've already done, so just remember. If a squared plus b squared equals c squared, that is a right triangle. But if a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, that is an acute triangle. And last but not least, if a squared plus b squared is greater than c squared, that is an obtuse triangle. So don't forget those facts. Remember, this is like 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. So this is 9 plus 16 equals 25. 25 equals 25. So we say that's a right triangle. This would be like 3 squared equals 5 squared. So 9 plus 9 equals 25. And we get 18 equals 25. And we say, no, 18 does not equal 25. 18 is less than 25. So that makes it an acute triangle. And over here we could have 3 squared plus 6 squared. And remember, we just leave a blank. 5 squared. This is if we're checking if it's right, acute, or obtuse. So this is 9 plus 36, 25. So 9 plus 36 is 45, and that is greater than 25, so that makes it obtuse. So just remember that. You'll see that on your assignments and on your test. Have a great day.